Ding. There you go. It's recording now. So it should be fine. And we could turn this around. Or set it back. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna wait for some people. Should be coming soon. Did everybody sign in today on the sign-in sheet? Okay. Everybody got their paperwork? Okay. I'm also gonna hand out some cleaning pads. This is when you're done, you can go ahead and clean the area of your tables, okay? Of course, everybody signed in? Okay. Gonna wait for another minute. Everybody got a pen? How's everybody doing today?
So you're gonna provide us with 75% alcohol to wet this?
I think that should be enough, that should be sufficient.
That's what it says, wet tissue with alcohol, 75%. So
And also,
That's its description, not directions.
you never know.
also I have hand sanitation. So if you need it, right here. All right, we can just go ahead and start this video. Welcome to the 2020 July Monthly Safety Meeting. Our vision, we will deliver the best customer experience with industry-leading safety, reliability, and innovation. What does it mean to you? Anthony?
It means that if we can do safety and reliability, innovation, that we'll have work.
Okay. What does that mean to you, Woody?
Well, it means number one, safety is our goal.
Safety is our goal.
Yeah. And we should be able to not only internalize it within ourselves, but make the other people who are around us feel that safety is important also.
Good. And also the other part comes second is customer service. We always want to make sure that they're always welcome. Okay? Of course, without them, we won't have a job. Overview. During today's meeting, we will be covering customer service and ADA sensitivity announcements, and our injury prevention topic is HASCOM, LOTO, LOTO, lockout, tagout. We will refresh ourselves around the fundamental of treating customers the way they want to be treated, knowing how to communicate with someone with disability, recognizing and identifying hazardous materials in our work environment, and safe practices around lockout and tagout equipment. Fleet safety, part one will be customer service.
Working in the transit industry, you already know a lot about customer service. Meeting customers' mobility needs is what you do. You have been a customer yourself for most of your life, so you know excellent customer service when you see it, be it at a restaurant, the grocery store, or anywhere else. Let's watch a few examples of customer service interactions and you judge for yourself.
Pardon me. I'm going crazy looking for the garbage disposals. Can you show me where they are?
They're in the plumbing department.
Pardon me.
Yes.
I'm going crazy here trying to find the garbage disposals. Can you show me where they are?
Yeah, they're in the plumbing department. I just installed one of those in my house last week. In fact, if you need the whole unit, you're gonna need to get an electrical cable too. I'll just show you where everything's at.
Thank you very much.
No problem, just follow me.
Great.
Hi, this is Miles. We're here to see Dr. Miley. Miles smashed his finger and we wanted to get the doctor to look at it.
Oh, I think you made a mistake. It says here the appointment's tomorrow. Came on the wrong day.
But I just made the appointment.
Don't get mad at me. I'm not the one who made the appointment on the wrong day.
Hi, this is Miles and we're here to see Dr. Miley. Miles smashed his finger in the door and we wanted to get someone to look at it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that your finger is hurt, Miles. But let me tell you, Dr. Miley is great. And she's funny too. Just let me get you checked in. Oh, I see there's a problem here. Oh, I must have made a little error when I entered your appointment. I'll fix that right now. Okay, sorry for the wait. You're all set, Miles. Come on back.
Good customer service is customer-centric. It is about them and meeting their needs in a polite, respectful, professional manner. Customers react to your appearance, your attitude, what you do for them, and how you do it. Providing excellent customer service involves more than just reacting to customers' needs. You should anticipate them, ask for feedback on how you can do better, and always look for ways to improve. And finally, keep in mind that customers are going to tell their family members, their friends, and perhaps the world about how you treat them.
As professional operators, we have a lot of responsibilities that go beyond safely driving our vehicle. One of the most important responsibilities is the care and service we provide to our passengers. To a person who uses a wheelchair or other mobility device, a trained and empathetic driver makes a particularly large difference in their quality of life. It may be a little harder for people with disabilities and seniors to take advantage of public transportation, and they may need a little help from you when it comes to safely and comfortably riding in your bus. There are requirements outlined by the ADA that we must follow. One of these includes ADA announcements. Some of the things the operators must announce are things like major transfer points with other routes, major intersections, destination points, and points of interest, such as landmarks, sufficient intervals along the route to permit orientation, and any stop requested by the customer must also be announced. When providing service to customers with a disability, communication is key to our success. If every action is communicated and approved by the customer, the possibility of misinterpretation will be limited. Communicating with the passenger also allows you to gather information such as, is it the customer's first time using the service? Be sure to keep your conversations professional. You are the first point of contact that a passenger has with the agency and the company. It's important for you to be familiar with agency policies and procedures and know what is within your power to enforce and what is not. Your knowledge will help you give information to the passenger in a way that doesn't cause conflict. Your goal is to give this information to the passenger in a way that they can understand and won't misinterpret and cause any conflict. Sometimes that communication may not happen as well as we planned. You need to be aware of and prepared to deal with confrontational or difficult passengers. Here are some things you need to do. You'll need to assess the situation and act, but your first step will be parking the bus in a safe location. You should never attempt to deal with a confrontational or difficult passenger while the vehicle is moving. After the vehicle is safely parked, determine your next steps. Depending on the situation, your plan of action should first involve trying to calm the passenger using conversation and de-escalating strategies. Determine why the passenger is upset, and if possible, try to resolve the situation verbally. Here are a few things you can do. Listen to the passenger. Acknowledge their issue. Express your understanding. And then let them know you will try to help to resolve the issue. If the passenger is combative, you need to try to avoid the following: ignoring them, making them feel invisible or powerless; cornering the individual, which can make them feel threatened and feel that a fight is the only way to escape; humiliating them, which can escalate hostility. Asking questions that engage the passenger in a conversation can also help and show that you are concerned about them. You need to focus on de-escalating the situation and therefore not responding in a way that will escalate the tension. As an example, if a passenger begins to yell at you, don't yell back. Instead, respond with a calm and assertive voice and non-threatening body language that signals that you are in control of the situation. If the situation becomes physical, you will need to take action to protect yourself and your passengers. Seek immediate help from dispatch and law enforcement. Remember that you can always manually activate the drive cam camera to record 10 seconds before and 10 seconds after an event occurs to get it documented. If your location has secondary cameras, these will continually record the situation. Not every situation will be the same, but if we stay professional and communicate clearly, our customers will benefit from it, and so.
Number one, communication is the key to our success with customers. True or false? True. Good. We always treat our customer with respect. Okay. Without them, there won't be us. Who remembered the platinum rule? Can you tell me what the platinum rule is?
Treat others as they want to be treated.
Yes, I know a lot of us. For some of you guys, never took the class called PCCS. Do you know what that means?
The PCCS?
Yes.
Platinum Connection Customer Service.
Platinum Connection Customer Service. First time I saw that video, that was way beyond customer service. It helps you to deal with not only internal customer, which internal means us here, drivers, people in the office.
Dispatch.
Sure,
I
so your
hear-
coworkers.
Yeah, I hear a lot of drivers just going off of it.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It's crazy.
I wish all of them would have watched the PCCS, Platinum Connection Customer Service, because it would help how to deal with your internal customer, how to say things, how to word things, to where it doesn't escalate. External, let's talk about external. External is your customer. It's not only the customer, it's also their caregiver, what about the people out there? They're your external. That's why we present ourselves. That's why you have uniforms. You gotta make sure you're all tidy, right? You're wearing your shirts, your slacks, your jacket. Sometimes you wear hopefully everybody wears their yellow vest. And the way you say things to your clients. How you introduce yourself to your clients. Because if you introduce yourself to your client in a respectable way, what do you think that show other people? It's the type of company you are, what type of service. Your client will say to another client, another friend or friends, family member, that maybe is thinking about writing Access. They would ask them, how are their service? If your client said, you know what, I get awesome customer service, the driver is so, they take care of me, customer service is impeccable, they drive safely, what do you think that, what type of message would that relay to the other people? David, what do you think?
Positive things.
Positive things. Maybe they want to write with you. Maybe they would want to write Access in the future. That will bring clientele. That's more business because of you. Okay? Don't always hesitate. Hesitate how you can help a person. Always ask, how can I assist you? Okay? They might not say something to you. Maybe they're shy. Maybe they can't speak. Maybe they just don't know how to ask you. But if you ask them, how can I assist you? They might just hold on to your arm. Walk beside them. Okay? Guide them. But let them decide how they want to be helped. Don't just force it to them, but ask them how they want to be helped, okay? Act with empathy, like to keep the conversation and relationship professional. Can somebody define empathy for me?
You're gonna have to have a sense of feeling what an individual and his personal needs.
Right, caring. You have to have. You won't be here if you didn't care, you didn't care about your client or what job you do. You know, when you went to class, even the first day, we tell you what type of business we are, but you're still here because you care about your clients, you care about their safety, okay? You know, sometimes we build relationship with these people that we take. You know, there's some that they might not want your assistance. There's times that they're just grumpy, and there's times they don't want to even talk to you. And sometimes you get those clients. If you're late 1 minute, they'll let you have it. Okay? But keep it professional. Don't blame on dispatch. Don't blame it on schedule. Most of the time it's real traffic. Okay? And traffic.
What about inserts?
Insert. Well, what you can say, I'm sorry, but I got an insert before I got to your location. I had to pick up somebody else. But make them understand. Be honest with them. If they ask you, are you dropping me off first? Be honest with them. Say, ma'am, sir, no, but there's a client ahead of you, and then I'll drop you off. It won't take long because you guys are too close. Give them something that they want to hear. Okay? Eliminate the unprofessional. Okay? Just communicate. What are some things to remember when dealing with confrontational passenger? Anthony?
Can you say that again?
What are some things to remember when dealing with confrontational passengers?
To access the situation.
Yeah. Okay, like what?
See what the problem is.
Okay,
and-
all right.
And listening to them.
Listening to the passenger. That's good. What's the second one?
If there's a confrontation, you need to avoid a confrontation, number one, you need to de-escalate, bring your tone down,
Listening.
yeah.
What about acknowledging their issue?
Okay, that's something.
Okay. Expressing your understanding. And most of all, stating that you will try to help resolve the issue. You might not be able to resolve it right away, but if you let them know that I will resolve this issue when I get back to base, might just make them a little bit calmer, okay? You gotta remain calm at all times. That's number one. Your attitude, self-aware, your attitude. Okay. And of course, don't be confrontational to your passenger. Just listen. They might have a bad day. They might be hurting. They might have no one to take their frustration out of. You'll be the first one they see. So they might just take their frustration on you. But listen and stay calm.
Or if it's like a consistent problem that they've been having over and over and over again, like, doesn't matter. I had a lady that I picked up from one of the Amazon buildings, and I don't know how long it had been an issue or not, whatever, but she said every time they went to the wrong building and didn't pick her up and couldn't find her, and that they would leave her and she'd have to wait for another bus. And so I got sent to the wrong building, and then they were gonna send me on, and then they sent me back, and I finally had to look on the map and find the other building for myself, because dispatch wasn't listening or talking to me anymore. And by the time I got there, like, she's not listening anymore. She's just angry.
Okay.
And like, there's nothing I can do. I tried to explain to her, I was like, hey, like, they sent me to the wrong building, and she's like, that's just an excuse. It's just an excuse for bad driving. She's being kind of horrible. But I'm just like, like, I'm gonna send them a message. I'm gonna tell them what the actual address is.
And you helped her out.
Yeah, I mean, I tried. She was just so angry at that point anyway, and just frustrated that she's like, you guys always make excuses, and like, every time they do this to me, it's been months, and I don't know how true or not that was. I don't know how long it's been an issue or how many times, but.
And you sent dispatch to make correction?
Yeah, and I specifically sent them the address, and I was like, this is the address for this building. I even went on Google and told them to change it, because it's such an issue.
And hopefully it's fixed.
Yeah, well, I even went on like Google Maps and was like, do like a suggested change. I was like, this address needs to be different, because the two buildings had the same address.
Okay.
And I was like, it's different, it's
Right.
over here.
That happened to all of us, especially Microsoft.
Oh God,
It's the worst.
I've never been up there, but I don't want to go up there.
So when you listen to your client, you try to fix it, which you did here. Give
Yeah,
them the right address, so hopefully it's been fixed.
yeah, and she's like, every driver before me has told me
Yes.
that, like, she's like, they always say that and it never gets fixed. I'm like, well, I'm gonna send them a message now. Like,
And
I'm
you
gonna
did it,
tell them,
and
and
you
like,
did it
hopefully
right in
they'll
front
fix
of her.
it. Like, yeah, I was like, I'm doing it right now. She's like,
Good.
can we go? And I'm like, I'm sending them a message so they'll fix it.
Sometimes it's been so many times, she just got tired of me.
Yeah, well,
Until
and
that day
yeah,
that you told her, I'm sending the message right now, you made it clear to her that you care.
yeah,
So
well, and
hopefully it
even
doesn't
then,
matter. It
she
doesn't
was so
happen again.
irritated at that point too, she wasn't really listening anymore. But I'm like, I'm gonna send the message and do all the stuff, and by the end of the ride, she was like calmer. But
Okay, good.
at the beginning, she was just like, she was so irritated that she wasn't even really hearing anymore, so.
day, we interact with people from different backgrounds. Businesses do their best to serve our diverse population, but sometimes it can be challenging. In America, 54 million people live with a disability. And in the state of Alabama, people with disability make up 16.2% of the population. Although disability affects many Americans, people still are not quite sure how to interact with people with disability. Well, I have a little secret. You can treat people with disability like you treat any other human. America is a country that prides itself on its independence and can-do attitude. People with a disability are no different. They want to live independent and active lives. So when a person with a disability approaches your business, there is no need to panic and assume he or she will need extra assistance. In fact, if your facility is truly accessible, the person should need no assistance at all. So relax. If you do notice the person is having difficulty entering or using your facility, first ask the person if they need assistance and what you could do to help. If they tell you that they do not require help, respect their wishes and do not assist. It is important to understand that a person's mobility device, whether it be a wheelchair, walker, or cane, is considered an extension of the person's body. It should never be touched or moved without the owner's permission. If you know that a portion of your facility is not accessible, feel free to let the customer know and provide an alternate option for service. When interacting with a person with a disability, it's important to speak directly to the person. There's no need to bend or crouch down, and you do not need to alter the volume or speed of your voice. Remember, when a person with a disability enters your business, they're probably just going about their daily routine. Yeah, thank you. A person with a disability may have a different way of doing things, but to the person, their method is ordinary, not extraordinary. Also, when a person with a disability enters your business with another person or group of people, don't assume that they are the person's caretaker. People with disabilities run errands, go to the park with their kids, and even go on dates. Mistaking a guy's girlfriend for his caretaker can be a total buzzkill. Feel free to strike up a conversation with them. You can ask them how their day is going or what the weather's like, but it's best not to bring up their disability unless they talk to you about it first. Feeling a little overwhelmed? Well, don't worry. If all else fails, remember one thing: person first. Treat everyone equally and with respect, and you will leave a positive impression on your customer and community. And not to mention bigger tips too. For more information on how to make sure your business is accessible for people with disabilities, check out MCPAD's resource listing for communicating with people with disabilities at mcpad.org.
What does it mean to always put the persons first? Let's have it.
Put them ahead of your own needs.
Okay. Treat the customer the way you want to be treated. Treat them with respect and keep a positive attitude. Help make sure the customer has a pleasant experience on your bus. Okay? Why do we want to do that? Wait, go ahead.
Because it makes the total experience from this, if you can just start it with just the greeting and it gets things on a positive note where the whole thing turns into all good.
Yes. And start with your attitude. First, if you ever pick up a client that you picked up almost every other day, and sometimes every day, or maybe twice a week, they get to know you. And you get to know your client. You get to know how they want to be, assisted in a bus, or they want to be seated. You get to know that person. And they get to know you. They tend to talk to you a lot more. And you always can answer their question. They tell you they're starting to ask you how's your weekend? Things like that. They tend to open up with you. because they know you now, okay?
I'd like to ask. a
Yes.
question. Yeah. I don't know if people write these people up, but some people really have some bad body odor. I mean, you can hardly be on the bus with them. So who contacts them? I mean, that's a sensitive issue.
Yes, it is.
And it just seems like it's the same people over and over again.
Well, when there's a incident, well, I can't call it incident, but when things like that happen, you have to write a statement. When you come back to base, write a statement. Give it to operation. When operation gets that, they get this into Metro. Okay. That's all I can say. That's all I can say about that. So anything that, like body odor, just write up a statement with your operation.
Is that a statement or an incident report?
Well, it can either statement or incident, but incident, it'll say others, let's put body odor.
I think, I had a client similar to that, and I think it was the caregivers who weren't doing their job right.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
and for you to write that up, and sometimes you could probably help your client. Maybe, like you said, maybe the caregiver is not doing their job. It's something for Metro to look into.
I mean, I had this one person in a wheelchair and had this other writer that writes at the same time, and they have to open up all the windows because it was so bad.
Yes.
And this other, I feel sorry for this other writer that has to write with them because, you know, they're suffering, and then the person in the wheelchair, they're suffering too, but they don't know it, I don't know.
You just gotta write it up when you get back to base.
So I write it up, seems like nothing ever happens on something like that, or they don't do nothing.
Maybe give it direct, instead of giving it to your dispatcher, give it directly to your operation.
Well, Kevin probably can, Kevin does a good job, he'd probably do it.
Good.
Right, yeah.
Speaking to a customer with disability with positive language means what? David, you wanna answer that question?
Like, speaking with a smile,
Speaking with a smile?
even though you can't see.
Well,
But, you know, you can tell.
being self-aware of your attitude. Keep it positive. Don't use any insensitive terms when assisting someone who is disabled. Like, for example, if you're treating that person with the body odor, assisting that client, you're not gonna say, you stink, right? Okay. A person who has disability is still a person, guys, okay? They're just like anyone else, just like us. What are some other good tips when assisting a disabled passengers? Another good tips. What can you tell me that could probably help your client? Moody?
Well, I mean, they're having a bad day.
Okay.
You know, this is hurting on them, you know, they've got to go to the whatever, cancer center or whatever, you know, and so they're not in the best spot. You know, everything will be okay, you know. We're going to get you there safely, and President, if there's, you know, anything I can do for you to help you while we're there, you know, along the way, need me to slow down over bumps or whatever, you know. I mean, you're not saying that all at one time, but throughout that drive, it could be a long drive, that, you know, you want to make sure that they comfort.
That's right.
That is important. You know?
Empathy.
Yeah.
Respect.
A lot of the time I ask them if I have the air conditioner on, if they want it on still, especially with dialysis people, they're usually cold. So I turn it off or have it down low.
Good, good. Anything that makes them comfortable, okay? Let's talk about mobility aid. Scooters, power chair. We know that we don't touch their power chair or scooter unless if they're going on a lift, right? We always ask first. Always ask if you can touch their lift. You can touch their mobility aid, okay? We do that because just in case if their brake don't work or just suddenly give out, at least you have a control of their scooter or power chair. Do not assume or never hesitate to ask a person their preference, how they want to be assisted. Okay. Always ask, how may I assist you?
Yeah. I have to do that with blind people mostly. I'm like, they're like, can you help me? I'm like, how do you want, like, do you want my shoulder? Do you want my arm?
Right.
Because some of them just want to like hold on to your shoulder. Some of them want like your arm or like to like lead them more. Others just want you to direct them, like, oh, it's right in front of you, or like, oh, the curb's right in front of you.
How can I guide you?
Yeah.
How can I guide you? Let the passenger decide how they want to be guided, okay? Are we gonna cover injury prevention? That would be hazard communication.
We live in a world of chemicals. Our bodies produce and use chemicals. Plants and trees produce them. Even water is a chemical compound. Other chemicals in our world are man-made synthetic compounds. Although we don't know exactly how many man-made chemicals are in use today, experts generally agree it could be more than 100,000. Gasoline, paints, household cleaners, detergents, toiletries, wipes, solvents, everyday products used at home or work are made of chemicals. Before using any chemical product, you should find out all you can about it, and this information is literally at your fingertips in free publications called Safety Data Sheets, or SDSs. OSHA's Hazard Communication Standard requires chemical manufacturers, distributors, or importers to provide safety data sheets, formerly known as Material Safety Data Sheets, or MSDSs, to communicate the hazards of chemical products. All safety data sheets are required to follow a specific format and provide detailed information in 16 different sections. To protect yourself, your coworkers, and your family members, here are the top 10 things you should look for on a product safety data sheet. What is the emergency phone number? If someone is injured, hurt, falls ill, or poisoned by a chemical product, who would we call to get more information? You can be sure emergency medical personnel, especially physicians and nurses, will want to see the safety data sheet. The manufacturer or distributor's name, address, and phone number is required to be right up front in Section 1, along with 24/7 emergency phone numbers. What is this product recommended for, and are there any restrictions on its use? This information is also required to be included in Section 1. How dangerous is this product? Statements like causes irreversible eye damage, highly flammable, and can cause central nervous system damage appear on safety data sheets even for seemingly harmless everyday household products. Section 2 is called Hazards Identification, and it is required to include all hazards regarding the chemical. What do you do if the product gets in your eyes, on your skin? What if you inhale or swallow some? Section 4, First Aid Measures, lists the signs and symptoms of exposure to the chemicals and whether the effects are usually immediate or delayed, and the appropriate first aid measures to take. If the product is accidentally spilled or otherwise released from its container, how do we clean it up? What materials can we use? And how do we dispose of everything properly? Should we wear masks or gloves, eye protection? All this should be listed under Section 6, Accidental Release Measures. Are there any specific cautions we should be aware of to make sure we are safely handling and storing the containers of this product? Is it dangerous to store in certain places or near other chemicals or products? Does it have to be in a temperature-controlled environment? Section 7, Handling and Storage, provides this information. When using this product, what personal protective equipment should we be using? Should we use special gloves, splash goggles, or protective clothing? What should we do to prevent exposure to any hazardous chemicals in the product? Will we need to provide extra ventilation? Section 8, Exposure Controls, Personal Protection, tells us what we need to do to engineer a safe environment when using the chemical. What does the product look like? What color is it? Does it have a distinctive odor? Are the vapors heavier or lighter than air? At what temperature will it ignite? Is it an acid or alkali? Section 9, Physical and Chemical Properties, lists the chemical characteristics we should know. What other materials should never be mixed with this product? Can it become unstable if exposed to heat, light, or anything else? Could this product react with other materials like metals, causing it to decompose into a dangerous, hazardous chemical? Some chemicals, when combined with certain others, can cause an explosion or fire. Section 10, Stability and Reactivity, outlines these cautions along with any known hazardous reactions. One of the most important sections of the SDS is Section 11, Toxicological Information. Could repeated exposures to this product cause allergic reactions? Are there any short or long-term health effects to exposure? Is this product associated with birth defects? Can exposure cause genetic mutations? Can it affect reproductive organs or the development of a fetus? By what routes can this chemical enter our bodies? And is anything in this product known to promote or cause cancers? Section 11 outlines this important information. When working with chemicals, we can never have enough information. Get the safety data sheets and read them thoroughly. Protect yourself, your coworkers, and your family.
Let's read this out loud, guys. Why do we need safety data sheet, SDS? Why do we need it?
To know the risks of materials and how to handle them, and all the basically pertinent information on using a chemical.
So you would like to know what is the chemical that you are using, what the side effect, type of measure, what PPE would you need when in regards to the chemical that you use. What else?
What else on the what? Safety data?
Yes, what else on the safety data sheet?
Oh, it tells you the information of and who to call concerning those chemicals.
Who to call the proper phone numbers, what type of help, okay? What are some of the top 10 things you need to know about the SDS? That's the top 10. Anthony,
I don't know all 10 of them.
just name one.
Toxic information, section 11.
What about emergency phone number?
At the top of the list.
Okay. Identification. What about the identification?
The physical appearance and its traits, smell, liquidity, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Handling and storage.
What about the danger warning?
The level of danger and the types of risks it poses.
That's good. First aid measure. Spill cleanup. Handling and storage caution. And most of all, PPE needed. Physical chemical properties. Hazardous reaction. And exposure and toxicological info. Make sure your SDS book's located in the proper area and then ask the group the following question. Who can tell me where the SDS book located?
It's in the shop, isn't it?
Always in the shop. Our mechanics deal with chemicals every day. Different type of chemicals. We don't. The only chemicals that you deal with is
The
Gas.
disinfectant.
gas.
But,
Disinfectant guys have a lot of chemicals.
Mhm.
They do. We also. What about the Clorox wipe?
What's it called?
And if you look in the back, it tells you caution. Also, storage, how to store it. Store this little package here. And also, how to dispose it. What to do in case of emergency. That's all about it. It's called warning label. Do you have access to that safety data sheet? Yes, you do.
Mhm.
You can always go to maintenance and ask them for the safety data sheet.
I did. They didn't know where it was.
Oh,
I
that's not,
asked.
they asked,
Or they wouldn't let me go into maintenance to ask them.
there's a little window there where you can yell out, hey, maintenance, I got a question. Can you help me out?
I asked one of the guys in maintenance, they didn't know.
Oh,
We should.
okay.
I don't think we have any SDS sheets out there. You gotta prove it to me. I'm from Missouri. Show me. Show me where the SDSs are. For instance, the cleaning chemicals. I went online and checked on the SDSs, MSDSs on those chemicals.
Facility, actually.
We're going to make sure that when we talk to maintenance that if you have any question about the chemical that you are using, you can consult the SDS safety data sheet. Part 4, lockout and tagout.
Ever heard of hazardous energy? Imagine something like this, or maybe something more like that. Not quite. Hazardous energy is any form of energy found around the workplace that poses a potential hazard. It comes in many forms. Electricity is a common one, but hydraulic pressure, radiation, and even gravity can sometimes be considered hazardous energy. Modern machinery can utilize many types of energy, but when the machines are shut down for maintenance, that energy may not just go away. Workers can be injured when energy is released unexpectedly. So to keep them safe, extra precaution must be taken when working with this equipment. That precaution is called lockout, tagout. There are many variations on LOTO processes and programs, depending on the type of hazardous energy present, but they all share 4 basic ideas that are addressed before work begins. 1, identify potentially hazardous sources of energy. 2, disconnect those energy sources from the equipment. 3, apply lockout or tagout devices to temporarily prevent reconnection. 4, confirm that the system is safe. Lockout-tagout systems must adhere to OSHA's lockout-tagout rules as described in 29 CFR section 1910.147. As important as they may seem, lockout-tagout plans get overlooked far too often, as lockout-tagout is commonly found in OSHA's annual top 10 list. In 2015, it was number 5.
What mechanical equipment or other equipment do we use that can be LOTO? L-O-T-O,
The lift.
lockout, tagout. What's that again?
The lift.
The lift,
Bus.
okay? The bus, good. What else?
If they said it was a bad lift, they would just mark out the whole bus, right?
Correct.
Okay, so
What else do we, what other equipment?
The doors
Okay.
on the bus, technically.
What about electrical, mechanical equipment? I use in everyday operation. Like you say, let's go over the bus. When maintenance is working on a bus, they use lockout and tag out. If they're on the lift, they put an umbrella into the steering wheel, letting them know this is getting worked at, getting looked at, don't operate. What about fuse box? If you say you hired an electrician and they put a lockout tag out into the electrical box.
That's what we turn that bad boy on if you're working on electrical equipment.
Okay, that means that electrical box cannot be touched except the person that is working on. And they cannot release that lockout tag out, but only the person that is working on. Is there a reason for that?
That's for sure.
So someone can't accidentally turn it on when you're working.
That's correct. You don't want the electrician that you hired to get electrocuted, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course, it's for safety. Good, good. What is the last thing you do when removing a lockout tagout control?
Let everyone know that you're unlocking it.
Okay. And is that why only that one person can put that lockout tagout, and only that one person can take out that lockout tagout? Only one person. Okay. Now we're gonna watch a couple videos, but please look at the video when it's playing. Tell me what's going on. Okay.
My guess is they fell asleep. Get enough sleep.
How could the driver have avoided this situation here? Did everybody saw that? You want me to play it one more time?
Yeah, it's hard to.
Yeah.
it's
One more
hard to
time?
See, because
Okay.
it's so dark.
Okay. Well, of course, it's dark, maybe night, morning, and see, it looks like a little foggy too. What do you think?
I think they fell asleep.
Yes. Fell asleep. That's a good one. Maybe the driver is fatigued. Okay? What do we do if we don't have,
Send you home.
okay? What about even before you report to work? What are you supposed to do?
Assess whether you think you're gonna be able to function properly.
Yeah. Call in. If you don't get enough sleep and you're really tired, call in. Call in. Hey, I'm sorry, but I can't come into work today. I didn't get enough sleep. I'm very tired. I'd rather have you call in instead of getting in the accident. First thing you gotta do is come to work, right? You're gonna be tired, you'll be driving your own personal vehicle, anything can happen between them. Do yourself a favor, call it in. Just call it. Now what happened if you are tired? Let's just say you're 4 hours into your route, okay? 4 hours into your route and you're already starting to nod your head. What do?
Stop.
What's that?
Stop, pull over, walk around the bus.
Stop, pull over, safe location, walk around the bus. What happened if that's not good enough?
Call dispatch, but don't continue using the bus.
Call dispatch, has to be relieved. Dispatch, this is bus 1091. I am so tired, I cannot continue. Has to be relieved. Okay? When you call dispatch, that's called passing the monkey. When you pass the monkey to dispatch, make sure that the dispatcher don't pass the monkey back to you. Hey, David, we're gonna clear your route, but you have 2 passengers on board. Can you please drive them to their destination? And you can come back to base. Would you do that?
No.
No. That's called, if you accept that, David, that's called passing the monkey back. Okay? Has to be relieved. Somebody will relieve you, take those 2 clients to the destination, and you go back to base. You go home. I'd rather have you call it in. Have safety in your heart, in your mind, instead of going out there and not only risking your life, risking the life of your passengers, and risking the people on the road, okay? How many hours of sleep are you supposed to get every night?
8.
7 to 8 hours, adequate sleep. Okay. Let's watch the second video. Should we watch that video one more time? I don't think we need to. What is the driver doing?
Eating
Eating.
with both hands.
Well, wow, there you go. Nobody's controlling that bus, right? They have one hand holding the bag, one hand going inside the bag trying to get something to eat. Bus suddenly moves. Where's her focus at?
The food.
The food. So she took her eyes away from her primary job is driving, but she is only concentrating on the food. And that caused her to rear-end that person in front of her. Okay. When we know that if you're thirsty, you're hungry at that time, and if you don't have a passenger on board, pull the bus at a safe location. Pull the bus at a safe location. Get something to drink. Get something to eat. Give yourself like a 2 to 3 minute break. Then after you're done, then you move on. I think that would be the safest way to do it. Okay? On your question in your handout, on the July 2020 monthly safety meeting, short COVID-19 safety tips, what are the 5 of the tips mentioned in the video? the 5 things that's mentioned on the video that we watch?
Keep your hands washed.
Okay. What did we watch today?
We didn't see it yet.
I know, but it just, what are the 5 tips I mentioned in the video?
Last month?
No, this one. What did we watch? Customer service, right? Okay. We talked about lockout and tagout, ADA sensitivity announcement, and also a hazard communication. Is that 5? Am I missing one?
Oh. That's current, you're talking about concerning the SDS sheets?
We did talk about the
It's just like
SDS.
the topics we covered.
the topic.
Like the
It says
ADA
tips.
sensitivity to customer service, the lockout tagout.
Now, the other thing we're gonna talk about is number 2, if you are experiencing a symptom of COVID-19, it's still okay to report to work until you have been tested for a false. False. Once you think that you're coming down with something, let us know right away. We can quarantine you for 2 weeks, okay? What are the 2 ways you can disinfect your hands?
Washing your hands.
How many seconds?
For
Wash your sanitizer.
Wash your hands
20,
20 seconds, and what else?
disinfecting them.
Okay,
Hand sanitizer.
hand sanitizer. Number 4, PPE, like your face mask, gloves, are only used when you are operating your vehicle. True or false?
False.
False. What else do you use your face mask or your gloves?
You're in contact with other people.
Contact with other people, okay? What else? What about your face mask? What's that used for? Why are we wearing our face mask?
Just stop the transmission.
Stop the spread.
Stopping the spread. Good.